Today is the 6th of May 2020. Will Berlinghoff is the voice of cosmic awareness and Callista is energizer and questioner. Awareness, do you have a message for the public at this time, please?
There is indeed a message for the public at this most critical of times. And while many still view these times as a time when nothing is happening, this awareness assures you that much is happening, mostly still behind the curtain of inspection, public inspection, mainstream media inspection. That the last public message this awareness gave was that of apocalypse now. This awareness would say this is still a continuing energies, and that the apocalypse is not simply one event, but a series of events that are taking place at this very time. The real question is not so much about what the public events are that are presenting themselves, and much is breaking in these times, but rather it is a time for self-reflection. It is an incredible opportunity to step beyond those events and circumstances that are happening in the public arena, to direct yourselves, to inspect rather that which is happening in your world, in your life, and that which is unfolding for you. That the astrological energies of this month of May are exactly about this, about maintaining neutrality, or that which this awareness calls sacred neutrality, while you go through the events that are unfolding all around you, but most particularly in your own personal lives. As you realize that there are events that are having an effect on you, you have the chance now to reflect on what those events really mean for you, the individual. Do you immerse yourself in the negativity and fear that is happening at this time, especially from those who have sworn to destroy humanity, so that they may continue in their positions of privilege, rank, and power? There is evidence all around you that this is indeed a war that is happening between two camps, two factions that are diametrically opposed. There are those that you would call the deep state, or more accurately, the dark cabal, a group that has been around for many centuries, indeed thousands of years, and has always manipulated humanity, which they consider their chattel, their property, towards that which achieves for them their purpose and their plan. This is indeed the hidden enemy, or the invisible enemy, that Donald Trump speaks of when he gives his daily pressers. The other camp is that of those who are called the white hatters, or that which this awareness would call the warriors of light. And there are many actions and operations underway still that are taking away from the dark cabal their power and their protections. This including even the children that have been used as a human shield. Much of that which was necessary to free the children, those operations of going into the underground bases and freeing them, have actually been completed already. There are a few still to be freed up. But there is also a hidden war against those who would be called the rogue agents, the rogue forces. For even in the military, there are those who are deep state, who are supporting the dark cabal, and there are battles that are taking place in this arena as well. Not only is it so, that there are battles taking place. There are arrests that are taking place as well, that have not yet been brought to public attention, for the timing is not right. This is an important element in these times for each individual, to remember there is a timing to things, and it is through impatience that one feels coerced and pushed to something they cannot see and do not fully understand. Each of you, as individuals who are creator beings, have now the opportunity to reflect upon the situation of your life. What are you creating? It is easy to push this outside of your own level of responsibility as you might understand it. But if there is any truth in that which this awareness speaks of, that you are each creators of your own lives, then perhaps this would be a perfect time for you to start analyzing this, reflecting on this, working this out for yourself. To see what being focused in one direction or another brings you. What does it bring you if you focus on the plans and actions of the dark ones? Those plans are meant to keep you imprisoned even longer, and you can see very clearly now the actions of certain ones, political leaders, public figures, who speak out against undoing the lockdown, who are voices of opposition to bringing the people back to a state of normality, who insist that there is worse coming and you must be afraid, very afraid at this time. These ones are now, in a manner of speaking, outing themselves, making it obvious who those are that support the dark cabal. And there will be actions taken against them, these actions already underway. But it is the plan of Donald Trump and his group, the White Hatters as they are often called, to let these ones expose themselves, to let circumstances come to public attention, and so it becomes obvious who the enemy is and what their intent and their goals are. But in light of this being the time of opportunity for you to reflect on your own creation, that which you are pulling into your lives, aside from the sacred neutrality and the observation of actions of those who are the dark ones, also look into your own soul, into your own lives, as to where it is that you are still buying into those type of energies. That which is the collective of humanity forms a field, the morphogenic field, and it is a collective field, the field of human consciousness. Many who are sensitive, who have deep understanding of things, but not necessarily the explanation behind their understanding, may well be finding at this time that because of the energies that are happening, that it is too easy to fall into the trap of succumbing to the fear porn that is being put out. That is why it is essential at this time, when you are feeling apprehensive, feeling the tension, to step back, to go into that place of scrutiny and reflection, to realize that your intent is that which will direct your timeline of experience. And if it is your intent, unconsciously, perhaps even blindly, to follow the commands of those who would regain control, ask yourself why. Why are you submitting when you have the capacity and the power to redirect your intention? For that is what this awareness is asking of you now. Redirect your intention. Hold that those forces of light, of Source itself, are very prevalent and very strong at this time, and that the success of everything is assured because that which is the spiritual nature of consciousness is of the opinion and of the mindset that it will be so. You will be safe. All will work out. And focus also on trusting that which is the inner voice, the inner feelings. As this awareness said a moment ago, the morphogenic field, the collective of humanity, is that which many tune into and are swayed by that which is the prevalent energies in the morphogenic field, never realizing that you are tuning into not your own stuff necessarily, but the collective angst that is still planetary, worldwide. And try a little experiment. Try to put out a positive force of positive mindset that all will be well in your life. And despite that which is the inconvenience of this war to many, that for you personally it will be all right, for you and your family, that you will come through this. For these times will end relatively shortly. And in your future, when you look back at these times, you will understand their truest importance, that this is the time of the awakening, and that you are an awakening being, a creator being, who has the ability and capacity to redefine your own concepts of reality, especially how they reflect in your own personal lives. These are the most exciting of times in actuality. For as you awaken to a new level of understanding in your own role as a participant in these events, albeit from that level of a sacred neutral participant, that you will begin to understand that there is so much more involved, and this is but the ending of the old ways and the old regimes, and that the new ones that are standing there awaiting their time are ready now. Be ready now. Hold the truth of your own being as that which is the magnificent truth of spirit awakening to itself, of each of you awakening to the power and capacity of your own true being. That the world is changing. Apocalypse is now, but so is the future. Hold this to be so. Work in your own way to reflect on the deep causes within you that would align you not to the light, but to the dark and to the fears, and abolish this, banish this, send it packing, and hold it strongly within your own being, that all is well with the world, all is well with you.